said, always make sure to knock this off your machine, because this is where all the candy is. All of this light chaff. It's all the little leaves. Far rather them out here than up on the road. So, this is the last time we're feeding them down here. It's definitely the last time we're feeding the calves down here. I don't think we'll feed the cows down here after the calves are off them. So, yeah, they have a nice little spot here, sheltered from the northwest. There's actually a bit of a breeze here today, so they're happy. They didn't even come up to the open paddocks by the yard last night. They stayed down here. You can see they lay down here and got nice and snuggled. So tomorrow we'll come down through the paddocks and we'll bring them a bale up to the paddocks and we'll shut them up. And then by the end of the day we'll let them into the corrals. So tick tick, nice. Holland. It's almost supper time. Starting to see trucks driving around. Nobody on our property, but I just caught somebody rubbernecking along the beside our lower bale yard. I know there's a lot of deer. Follows that water run down there. I just had to stop there and do some maintenance. Now the new joystick and the cables are in up at Shoal Lake. $1,200. As Chris said, cables weren't that expensive, but the joystick, they ain't just giving them away. So I imagine that's the majority of the money right there. Well, she came apart. So the little nuke that my split pin sits underneath on the nub, well, it's starting to give way now. So yeah, this is not a great time for it to start doing that. But if you'll notice a bit of wire sticking out of there, you were like, what's that? Well, you all know how Quick Dick McDick, on his videos, he talks about the number 9 wire. Well, there's something equally as handy around the farm, and that is rebarring wire. So yeah, that's rebar tie wire. So handy, yeah. I got a roll of that kicking around back from when we started pouring concrete with the family. We bought a roll of it, and that stuff lasts forever. So yeah, I've been using that for everything. So I wrapped it around the bulb, and then I fed it up through the holes. It's kind of hard to do this. Fed it up through the holes, put the split pin back in, and then wrap the wire around the split pin. So even if the split pin is doing nothing, it's actually holding the wire to hold that up. Now either tomorrow or Wednesday I'll get up to Shoal Lake and get the whole new assembly. Just need this to hold together long enough to do that. If you can do that for me, please. Yeah, you'll notice a change of location. Look at those big booties sticking up. Look at that for a package right there. Cow, 6 months old. Tell ya, very happy with tightening our bull window. It's a good looking package right here. It's one of our little girls. Gotta feed these ones hollering in the yard. They know something's up. So yeah, you'll notice we're up by the yard. So irony, whenever I go out to feed every day until today, they meet me. They come out from behind the dugout and they meet me, and I feed them there. Today, pardon me, I start up the tractors and I see them heading west. Almost like they knew. Yeah. So, yeah, they were right at the gate when I came out. So I came through them, they went round, realized, oh, it's not corral time yet. And then they followed me back out here. So wasn't actually planning on letting them have this one because they hadn't come into it. I thought we'd just leave them out there, feed them there, and scoot them in, and then give the cows this after they're weaned. But here we are. Pivot turn. Isn't that ranching, guys and women? Guys and girls? Yep. So I'm gonna go make sure everybody is here. I'm gonna go take a quick rip down, shut the bottom gate, and we will get about packing this up. So yeah, she is cleaned up down here. So we've had -11 for 3 nights straight. This is how this works. Fast moving water never freezes until you get to the -20s. Then she'll solid up on you, but you don't want them venturing out. And for the most part, they stick to what's safe. Don't see anybody. Close it up! Close it up! Come on, babies! Well, they're all the way in. They got a good dent in it. Come on, wee ones. You're the guests of honor. Okay, let's go squeeze them. So today was supposed to be 4 above. It's been like -5 wind chill factor all day because that ball has not come out yet, and it's been blowing all day. Now, I left you in a cliffhanger. I was following the cows in. That's where things went wrong. Let's take you back. Back in time. So, last year, Piper Doug made sure, because you all reminded him, shut the cows in after the calves are weaned. Cows are in one pen, calves another. That way there's less stress. I remembered that. Done deal. This year, Piper Doug thought, well, we have less calves. We probably don't need to put as many bales. We put 4 bales in the corrals last year. So I thought, well, I'll feed them up closer to the yard, which you saw, enough just to keep them up there, and then they would still be hungry. So then I put 3 bales in the corrals. So then I was waiting for them to sort of clean up what they were eating, mostly. You saw that. And then they were like, well, we're wanting water. Okay. Piper Dog never stopped to think that they're walking past the water trough and you think they hadn't drunk in a fortnight. So half of them stopped at that water trough, the other half went on into the corrals. Oh, but there's more. The half that went into the corrals walked in there, saw that there's 3 bales, the water trough, stopped, turned, and walked back out. So now all the cows are out at the water trough at the corner, and I'm standing there flapping my arms like an injured bird. So there was a Mexican standoff. Sorry if that's culturally inappropriate to anybody out there. There was a standoff to what the whole herd standing looking at me, and I'm flapping my arms, and yes, we have the quietest cows, so they all just thought I was having a seizure. So that dragged on for quite a while. And then I'm not sure who broke the stalemate. Which one of the girls decided, I'm going back in. I think there was food there. So they started heading back in, so then I amped up the arm flapping, and finally got them all to go in. Look at that big ball of fire coming out now that the day's almost over. So yeah, trying to take the pressure up the hitch with a jumpy clutch. What's this? Jump? No? That's good enough. So yeah, we got them in. So I'll bring you back in the yard. They did a bunch of hollering until they all realized, no, the babies are still with them for now. And then everyone's calmed down now, so we'll bring you back in the yard. Okay, before we start to lose light, because yeah, the sun goes over the deck in like 3.5 seconds flat around here. There's the group. There's somebody looking at me. Ironically, she doesn't have a baby, so she doesn't even need to be in here. Anyway, so yeah, this is our little segue into here, waiting for the babies, and they're only getting this pen because there is only 60 something in here. So that red gate will swing around and latch to this panel. There's going to be a row of bales here. This is going to be a bale there and then an opening here, so they can see, the calves can see there's an opening. So they'll want to run around here once it's split off. And then we have a new set of bales up at the back there, ready to fill those bale feeders as soon as the calves are all out, and we'll run the cows back in and lock them up. So yeah, I was hoping to get this wall done, but running out of time, and the new joystick showed up for this, but it's probably going to take me an hour or two to do it, so I'm going to try and get it done tonight after supper, so then it'll be ready to pickety boo tomorrow once everything's all taken care of, because we're going to wean this lot and we're going to wean the 5 calves out of the golden girls as well. Fingers crossed, all going well. So yeah, whew. I tell you, it's one of the busiest, most look forward to, most stressful times of the year, as you all know. Okay, let's see if we can figure this one out, folks. It's something in there, I know that. This looks different than the one I saw online, but we are where we are. Yeah, she's messed up. It's done. So top is lift and lower, bottom is bucket tip. That one lift and lower, that one tip the bucket. That's stationary. Ay caramba. Look at that. Pretty. So, the up-down cable is in. Once I get the next cable in and lengthened, I will cover the set screw issue and what these little rubber rings are. So, the one thing that is different from the videos that I saw on YouTubers is these have a little spring ring. You can see it's got a gap and it's tensile steel. So it sits in any one of these ribs depending on how high you want that joystick to sit. So you see this part here is pretty well level. It's cockeyed at the moment because I'm holding on to this one, and you see it's all the way retracted, which is pushed all the way in. So if I can do this, push that down till it's level, give or take. See, it's level-ish, it's close enough. I was gonna move it one more turn, but it's particularly hard considering it's such an awful angle. So what happens is that big collar there will go on. I'll push this ring all the way back, and I'll put that big collar on. Then we'll put this up and in, and then there's a pin right there that goes through that hole there that this fits into. And then that sheath slides up over to hold the pin in place. There's no lock except that sheath. So then as you tighten this up, you'll notice there's a little groove in the plate. That's for that ring. So as it comes up and makes contact with that flat surface, in whatever groove you set that height to, this will lock it in to that groove at that point. Should do. because it's just snug when it gets to its point. So I'm going to ram this home, get these all tightened up, and then we'll get to building the joystick. That's the thing, is I can go back afterwards and move that one down one more notch. That one, if I can get it to stay where it is right now, will be on that money. But I cannot film and do this at the same time, because I can literally can't do it and do it at the same time. Because I've got little ratchet, screwdriver, extensions, everything getting used in this one. So yeah, bring you back. She's done. Shazam, Shazam. So you'll notice something different. Yeah, so I didn't know when they ordered it with the Power Beyond ready for it, whereas the other joystick had no electronics on it whatsoever. It had holes in the back, so I don't know whether it had it and they took it off or what they did, but so I'm just going to leave the wire there for now, and then at some point we might figure out how to make this into a extra pro, it's like the grapple or whatever, or squeeze or something. Anyway, so it's not unlike what just came off of it. So here it is. It is a plastic. Well, it's not just plastic. I'm sure it's a special fancy schmancy plastic, as you can see here, that white stuff. But if you look there, see that one there has a flat spot on one side where it's coming apart. So that was on the bucket tipping. This is the bad one, as you can no doubt see. So a lot of that was done by me when I drilled a hole through the bracket to try and come up underneath the ball and catch it, not realizing it's actually a two-piece. So, and that's the thing, is if you keep these greased, they'll last a long time. As far as I know, that joystick that came out of here is 13,000 hours old. Maybe not. I don't know. I greased the ever-loving bejesus out of that one. So, she is ready to go. Cook-cook-a-chew. So, yeah. First time I've ever replaced a joystick in a loader tractor, so tick that off the list. Here's my sweet babies. Everybody's so lovely until tomorrow night. These ones included, hopefully. Yep. There's going to be 2 days of hollering in here and about 4 days of hollering in here. Anyway. So yeah, loader tractor, fingers crossed, has got a whole new joystick on life, and we can get the last little bit of moving done when we get back after Remembrance Day tomorrow. We're going to the Canton service at Legion Branch 118. Hopefully everybody will observe a moment of silence, even if you can't get to a service, and everybody has their poppies, because the day that they eradicate the poppy and Remembrance Day from the Western society will be a dark day, and they are trying. Anyway, that's enough of that subject. So yeah, thanks for watching. Sure do appreciate y'all coming to visit us here at the Shire. It's supposed to be a nice week, so if you come back, you'll get to see the big wean. You'll also get to see Liam and Christina helping Mrs. Piper Doug try and keep Mr. Piper Doug in line, and I'm sure we'll get up to something else also. I've got to get that net wrap out of the back of the truck, because we've got to get over to Verdon and Verdon Valley View Co-op and pick up the new gates for number 1 and number 2 new gateways. So yeah, thanks for watching everybody. Teddy bye. Can you hear it? Just you wait.